Curtis, it's great to see you. It's been a good year, 11 starts, conditional on the web.com.
Yep.
And was it all you hoped, or there was a lot left out there? How do you feel?
Yeah, this year was interesting. Very, very different year to my last, 4 as an amateur. Obviously started off playing on the European Tour early this year in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Malaysia, down in Perth, which was great fun and great experience. And then heading over to the US later in February, that was obviously for me, the really big goal was to achieve some cool things over there. It definitely was all everyone made it out to be. It was great fun. I learnt a ton. My golf probably wasn't quite as good as it was last year, but that's all part of it. I'm feeling really good though now. I've spent the last 5 weeks at home getting ready, so hopefully I'll be ready to go next year, mainly for the 2018 web.com season.
And in a couple of weeks you're going back to the qualifying to try and prove your place?
Yes, so I'm going back to final stage Q School Sunday night of the Oz PGA for the following week. At the moment I've got so many starts before the reshuffle and I can only kind of go to the final stage and improve it. I can't come out with anything worse than what I've already got, so I may as well go give it a crack and seal a few more starts away at the early part of next season.
Have you based yourself already in the States? Or?
Yeah, me and Ryan Ruffles, a good friend that I grew up playing with, have moved we're renting a house in Orlando together and we practice together, which I think has been great for the both of us. He's down playing Latin America, I think next week, which will kind of determine what next year looks like for him, so hopefully he has a good one and we might be in the same circumstance playing web.com next year.
And your game's in great shape for this course, this tournament?
Yeah, it's feeling really good. 5 weeks at home I spent middle of this year, I came home for 2 weeks because I needed to. I was kind of needed a bit of a rest and just to recharge the batteries really. And now that I've had 5 weeks back home, up until now, it's been great. I've been able to obviously be at home, steal some food off my parents, get to see my coach and friends, and all that obviously contributes to feeling good this week, and I'm raring to go.
So after you've gone back to the final stage of qualifying, after that week will you come home for Christmas and New Year and then start fresh, or what's the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. I don't fancy the idea of sitting at a table by myself in Orlando on Christmas, so I'm going to come home and spend it back with family and then head back for the start of next season.
Great. Questions from the floor, please.
Your caddy for the week sitting in the back of the room.
Yeah.
How's he going so far? And does he make you look at the golf course a little differently with all of his knowledge about golf courses?
Yeah, Clates has been great so far. I've known Clates probably for a good part of 4 years, I'd say now. It was interesting. When I was at home the last couple of weeks, I was trying to figure out who I'd have caddy, and I thought, I know Clates is usually around this event, and he's obviously extremely funny, so to have on the bag out there, so I thought, who better than the man himself? And he said yes, thankfully. It's like getting married. And so we've had a lot of fun the last couple of days, and I'm really excited to get out there Thursday with him. And he has plenty to contribute. Obviously, being a good player himself it's great, and it's just good fun. So.
Chris, can you tell us about the mindset of being an elite amateur and then going into a season where you're playing check every week and playing key positions? What was that experience like?
That was definitely interesting. I think the first week as an actual professional out there was a big eye-opener for me. I played, where was I? San Antonio. I actually played pretty good. I missed the cut by 1, and the scores ended up being that 1 or were top 20 weren't too far from where the cut was. I think the cut was even. I shot 1 over. I think if you had 4 under, it was top 20, and you've walked out of the week with potentially $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. So to me, just to see that side of the game, especially out on the PGA Tour, it's a bit different. That you're 2 good rounds away on the weekend from obviously making a really good check. So that was definitely a big eye-opener, and then from there I made my first cut at the next event as a professional, and I guess the monkey was off the back and could start doing it, and feeling comfortable.
How did that affect you mentally?
To be honest, I was very, very fortunate towards the end of last year with the starts I got. Obviously, as an amateur, I'm not collecting the purses, but I know roughly where I'm finishing, what sort of money I could be earning. So the whole, idea that I was able to play European Tour events, Aussie Open, Aussie PGA last year, Macau, all those events sort of gave me a good idea of where I was at. So that sort of prepared me for turn pro and what was to come, I guess.
Martin?
Curtis, you mentioned Ryan Ruttles. Just want to ask you what you think the main issues for a young pro are to kind of get better when you start. What are the main issues that you see yourself?
You know what, I think, obviously the question's directed slightly to Ryan. It's just one of those things. Golf's a sport where sometimes you don't have to do a whole lot wrong, and it looks bad from the outside. I spend so much time with him that I can honestly say there's not much going wrong. I can play with him a week off at Isleworth, and by the end of the week I don't want to play him for money anymore. So because he's just taking my cash. So it's interesting travelling as, I guess, a young individual early. He's down in Latin America. He's also been juggling starts on the US PGA Tour. That's, I think, another interesting thing that he's been dealing with. Maybe potentially he could put a bit more focus into one or the other. Might be good for him, this season. But I think it's just the whole getting around the new lifestyle of travelling so much, being away from home, and sort of, in a sense, by yourself takes time to get your head around. So.
And from your point of view, what are the big issues for you, do you think, to get better?
This year, and it looks like potentially next year, my schedules aren't too set. So the tough thing I found this year was I would feel like I had a bit of a break where I could work on the things I knew I needed to, and I'd get back to Orlando ready to start that process, and I'd be on the phone and back on a plane because a start had come up somewhere else, which obviously has been so different to my last 4 years, where you sit down almost years in advance and know exactly what you want to play in as an amateur. So that was really interesting to get my head around, and then obviously too, just not being at home. I noticed whilst I was out there midway through in June or July that I really needed to get back, and so I bit the bullet and just flew back straight from Tennessee, and it made a big difference just to be home for 9 days, and head back over there with a fresh mindset, ready to go. So next year I would love to get back home, probably more than I did this year. I think so. As I said, unfortunately, just with the way my year sort of ended up panning out, next year's still going to be a little bit iffy on how the schedule is, because it will evolve as I play. If I play well, I might be able to take a few weeks off here and there. If I don't, I'll probably be playing every week I can. But if it was up to me, scheduling I think is absolutely crucial, to have blocks where you can focus on development. I'm still young. I still know there's plenty of things I can improve on. So, to have those block periods where you can go away, do that, come back, and obviously apply them is much nicer than just having, just weeks off at a time where you sort of just shove things under the rug and get ready for the next event.
So what is it that you feel like you the results of?
Everything. I'm a bit of a realist. I think everything can always get better. So whether it's off course, on course, I think everything still needs work. As I said, I'm young. Everything.
Henry?
Is that the scheduling you mentioned there's uncertainty there? Is that a distraction for you going into an event like this, thinking ahead that there is uncertainty of where you're going to be playing or what you're going to do?
It probably was earlier this season. I know I played a few events this season where I was on the edge of knowing if I was playing the next week or not, and so I'd be out playing my tournament rounds, and I would know that there was potentially a phone call waiting for me when I finished to say, oh, you got to fly out tomorrow to play this. So I would say, I know that got to me a little bit at Memorial this year. I played Memorial, finished, played the US Open qualifier in Columbus as well, the same state, Monday, 36 holes. Then got a call Monday afternoon saying, you're playing in Tennessee this week. So I flew Tuesday, didn't get a practice round, rocked up and played Thursday. So I can say it probably got to me that week. This week, no. As my whole year this year has kind of been a bit that way, I think I'm starting to get my head around it. So yeah, I'm just obviously excited to get underway this week and get the next few events in my schedule underway as well.
Because you're chilled sort of a cat this time last year, and if you can remember it, it was a circus going on around you at the time, wasn't it? Like everything was happening, Masters, Asian Am, all your pro stars, touring to Dubai and everything. And yet you still came down here and nearly won this time and put yourself right in the mix and played really well with the big mates. Can you do that again this year, and will it be easier this year?
I hope so. Will it be easier? Obviously having one under my belt, I hope I feel a little bit more comfortable out here, but I've yet again had a great year of playing really great events, so I should be ready to go, and hopefully my game keeps kind of going in the direction it feels it is this week, and can post some low numbers.
I guess you looked so chilled last year, but you must have been locked up, we couldn't see what was going on.
Well, I was playing with Mr. Ogilvie, who's standing at the back. I was very nervous. But he actually he said some pretty kind things on the first tee, which got me feeling a bit more comfortable, and playing with Speak also, really nice guy. They settled me into the groove pretty quickly out there, so I'm just really excited to get this week underway.
Not that you played in belong, but do you feel you belong personally now at that level?
I guess I do. I'm put it this way, I'm raring to try and get back out on the PGA Tour for hopefully the 19 season if I have a good year on Webb next year, so I guess that would mean that I'm feeling ready.
Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? Olivia?
Curtis, you've obviously lost the man bun. Can you give us a quick sneak peek under the hat?
Yeah. So just was sick of maintenance. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it before the WA Open because I knew I would have to answer a lot of questions. So did it the day after, and if I make a bogey on the first, I've got a clip on in my bag, ready to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to hold your seats, we'll say goodbye to Curtis and hello to Jeff.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.